Our goal is to rearm, refuel, and do all the checks necessary to take off again in roughly 15 to 20 minutes on road basis.
Gripen E operates with a new agile architecture system, which allows the aircraft to be upgraded with new tactics and new capabilities seamlessly.
What we designed the system for is actually to be able to withstand the extreme max in terms of cold, so minus 40, minus 45.
10,000 research and manufacturing jobs could land in Canada if Ottawa adds the Swedish fighter jet to its...
Donald Trump thought he had Canada locked in, dependent, compliant, a junior partner in an American-led defense architecture that served American interests first and Canadian sovereignty second. For decades, that arrangement held. Canada flew American jets, bought American weapons, and asked American permission before upgrading its own skies. The relationship was dressed up in the language of alliance and mutual defense. But beneath that language was something far less equal: engineered dependency. And Donald Trump's America had grown comfortable enough with it to believe it would last forever. But something shifted, quietly, deliberately. And when Sweden walked into the room with an offer of 88 next-generation Gripen E fighters, each powered by an upgraded Rolls-Royce enhanced engine system, Mark Carney didn't flinch. He calculated, and the Pentagon hasn't recovered since. This is not a story about fighter jets. This is a story about control, about who owns the skies above North America, and about one middle power that finally decided the answer would no longer be dictated from an American boardroom, shaped by American commercial interests, and enforced through American software locks. Mark Carney does not react. He calculates. For years, Canada has been trapped. Its aging CF-18 Hornets, pushed far beyond their operational limits, needed replacing. America had the answer ready: the F-35, a fifth-generation stealth fighter built by Lockheed Martin, championed by the Pentagon, and sold to allies as the only serious option for modern air defense. Not one choice among many, the inevitable conclusion. But the F-35 program became a cautionary tale Canada could not ignore. Cost overruns that compounded across budget cycles, technical complexity that grounded fleets, delays that stretched across administrations and decades. Canada kept waiting, the bill kept rising. And all the while, Donald Trump's America made clear the relationship came with conditions: strategic, political, and commercial conditions that tied Canadian defense permanently to American approval, American supply chains, and American goodwill. Mark Carney understood what that dependency truly meant. It meant software locked behind American authorization codes Canada did not control. It meant that in a genuine sovereignty crisis over Arctic territory or northern airspace, Canada would need to consult its most unpredictable ally before defending itself. That is not sovereign defense policy. That is a leash dressed up as an alliance. Then Sweden moved. When Saab formally presented its offer of 88 Gripen E multi-role fighters to Canada, it arrived not merely as a defense proposal. It arrived as a declaration that an alternative world was possible. The package was extraordinary: complete technology transfer, local assembly rights on Canadian soil, and a new Rolls-Royce RM16 engine, evolved from the GEF 414 core, delivering improved thrust vectoring, enhanced fuel efficiency, and reduced noise signature engineered for Canada's operational reality. Sweden wasn't just selling a jet. Sweden was offering Canada the infrastructure to build, maintain, and operate a sovereign air force entirely on its own terms. For Donald Trump's defense establishment, this was not competition. This was a direct challenge to the architecture of American aerospace dominance. To understand why the Gripen E rattled the Pentagon, you need to understand what this aircraft has actually become. This is not the lightweight Gripen of the 1990s. The E variant is a fully re-engineered 4.5 generation multi-role fighter built to outthink, outfly, and outlast heavier adversaries. Its PS-05/AMK-5A ESA radar ranks among the most capable in Europe. Its electronic warfare suite, built by Saab and Selex, is designed to jam even the sensors carried by the F-35 itself. Its modular architecture allows any nation to integrate non-American weapons without a single line of software permission from any foreign government. and its entire operational readiness cycle can be managed by a ground crew of just 6 people in under 10 minutes. The F-35 requires complex multi-day maintenance for comparable turnaround. This is not simply a cheaper jet, this is a fundamentally smarter one. Mark Carney did not respond with celebration or political theater. He calculated, Canada's northern territories demand Arctic performance, cold weather resilience, short runway capability, and rapid interception across a frontier that defies easy comprehension. The Gripen was engineered precisely for those conditions from the start. The Rolls-Royce derived engine upgrade sharpened every one of those strengths, improving thrust, fuel efficiency, and low-altitude performance across exactly the envelope Canada's sovereignty missions demand daily. While Donald Trump was escalating trade pressure and weaponizing American commercial leverage against allies and rivals alike, Mark Carney was studying a jet that required no American component, no American approval, and no American supply chain at any stage of its existence. That is the first layer. Operational independence. The second layer runs deeper. By accepting Saab's full technology transfer and local assembly rights, Canada would not simply be purchasing aircraft. Canada would be constructing an indigenous aerospace ecosystem, jobs, engineering capacity, intellectual property, that compounds across decades without depending on American licensing or American political goodwill. For the first time in the modern era, Canada could field a fully autonomous fighter force capable of defending its own territory without requiring Donald Trump's approval for a single operational decision. That is sovereign resolve translated into concrete industrial architecture. Behind closed doors, America's defense establishment mobilized immediately. Lobbyists applied pressure on Canada to reconsider. The arguments were predictable: interoperability concerns, NORAD integration complexity, alliance cohesion. But beneath those arguments lived a simpler fear. If Canada chooses a non-American jet, the precedent shatters. Poland asks different questions. Finland reconsiders its dependency calculus. Australia explores alternatives it was never supposed to take seriously. The entire ecosystem of American defense dependency, worth hundreds of billions of dollars and representing decades of carefully engineered strategic leverage, begins to fracture. Donald Trump's America held a near monopoly on advanced Western fighter exports for decades. That monopoly was never purely commercial. It was geopolitical architecture. Nations flying American jets depend on American software, American parts, and American authorization. They remain anchored within the American strategic orbit. Sweden's offer to Canada is not merely a defense transaction. It is an invitation to exit that orbit entirely. The global reaction confirmed the magnitude of what was unfolding. In Brussels, NATO officials noted the Gripen E's proven interoperability with measured approval. In Asia, analysts described it as a quiet revolution in NATO's supply chain architecture. Even within America's own strategic community, careful acknowledgments emerged. Perhaps the Pentagon had miscalculated Sweden's long-term ambitions. Perhaps more significantly, it had underestimated Mark Carney's patience and his willingness to pursue Canadian independence through means that Donald Trump's transactional worldview was never built to anticipate. Because this is how Carney operates. Not with confrontation, not with noise, with architecture, with the slow, deliberate construction of strategic independence that becomes irreversible before anyone inside Donald Trump's reactive orbit even recognizes what has been built. The Gripen E is not merely a fighter jet, it is a blueprint. As air combat evolves toward AI integration, drone coordination, and distributed defense networks, what determines real advantage is no longer raw firepower. It is agility, adaptability, sovereignty over the systems you depend on when the stakes are absolute. The Gripen E embodies all of it: modular, affordable, operationally intelligent, and completely independent of American approval across its entire life cycle. Sweden's offer of 88 advanced fighters combined with the Rolls-Royce propulsion collaboration and full technology transfer sends one message with unmistakable clarity. The era of unchallenged American dominance over its own allies' defense decisions may finally be reaching its structural limit. And Mark Carney, calm, deliberate, always several moves ahead, may be the leader who made that ending inevitable. Donald Trump applied pressure. Donald Trump assumed the answer was already decided. Mark Carney did not react. He calculated, and the skies above North America may never look the same again. What do you think about all this? Tell us in the comments below. See you in the next one.